Are you all excited? Today was officially the first day of spring. Oh my gosh. I just can't wait. And this is probably, I'm only going to do a couple of more movie reviews because I kind of did these for winter time because spring coming on, everybody's going to be busy out in the yard, you know, tilling and cutting and trimming and digging and just making everything beautiful and getting ready for the birth of spring. And I'm excited. So a lot of people's not going to have time for movies because when you get off work, you're going to be coming home doing the little extra things that you can do around the house so, but yeah, if you guys like them, I may keep doing them about once every 2 weeks or so, maybe something like that. I might leave them in there, I don't know, but I figure this time of year nobody's going to be watching movies because of spring. Anyway, I wanted to thank a lady from Singapore. My sister, she's the middle sister, she's third to the youngest, third to the oldest. She works in a shop in Springdale, Arkansas, and a lady from Singapore comes in. I guess she's one of my subscribers, or she watches my channel or something, and she found out that I love the Vietnamese coffee, and she brought my sister 8 bags of these to bring to me. Now these bags, this is what they come in, and these bags have 20 single packets inside. There's 20 packets in every one, and this lady brought me 8 bags for my sister to bring to me. So I'm not going to be needing Vietnamese coffee for a little while. Isn't that great? Also, I wanted to show you real quick this beautiful solid walnut Lazy Susan that my sister brought me. She got it from the shop where she works, and it is made by Susan Parsonese. Parsonese. Lazy Susan by Susan Parsonese. But the tag on the back says it's from TJ Maxx. They're sold at TJ Maxx. But that thing is just, it's beautiful. And I love walnut wood. And look at the design in it. The design is kind of like those mandolin designs, or whatever you call them. Are they called mandolin? Designs like Life with Patty colors all the time. Isn't that beautiful? And I love the walnut. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, now to get to our movies, if I quit blabbing about everything else. I'm just so excited about spring. Anyway, today it's kind of a mix. I don't really think I have a category for today. I just picked out some good movies because you guys know I have a lot of movies. And the first movie is The River, and it stars Sissy Spacek and Mel Gibson, and it's about a family who owns some farmland, and a big storm comes and just overfills the river and kind of what you call repossesses the land, and this young couple just struggles to hang on to their farm. And it didn't just a storm, they just have so much stuff coming. But it's a good movie, it's a heartfelt movie, and you will enjoy it. And that's The River. Mel Gibson and Sissy Spacek. Okay, and then the next one, it's also a Sissy Spacek movie, and it's called The Badlands. And this is Sissy Spacek and Martin Sheen. This is about a young girl and her father. Her father is a painter of signs. He paints signs. And she's a really young girl. And she meets an older guy. I want to think his name is Kip or something like that. It should be on here somewhere. Kit. His name is Kit. and him and the young girl gets involved with each other. The father, he doesn't like it and tries to put a stop to it. Well, Kit ends up killing her father, and of course the two of them go on the run from the law and bounty hunters and stuff. Good movie. Anything with Sissy Spacek, and it's good anyway. So watch that one. Badlands. Good old-fashioned comedy. Dan Aykroyd and John Candy, The Great Outdoors. If you love good comedy. My favorite scene in the whole movie is where the bear breaks into the house, where it knocks the door down and one of them's under the door and the bear's jumping up and down on the door, or where they shoot that bear and it takes a strip of fur off from him, and that's how they identify the bear. But I'm not going to tell you where the strip come off from. And that's Dan Aykroyd and John Candy in The Great Outdoors. This movie is freaking hilarious. Another one is this one. Let me tell you a little story. When I was a little kid, I watched a movie called Kingdom of the Spiders. I was really young, and I developed a really bad arachnophobia from watching that movie as a kid. Nowadays, if I see a spider, I'll walk 20 blocks around it to stay away from that spider. But I love spider movies. Kind of like the movie Eight-Legged Freaks. I mean, I know that those spiders aren't that big, so it doesn't bother me. But spiders in real life, I will murder somebody to get out of the way of them. Anyway, that brings me to a movie called Big Ass Spiders. And this is a big spider that was escaped from a military lab, and it takes on Los Angeles, and they're trying to kill it. This spider is huge, 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 huge. But I found it more comical than scary. But it's really good. Look at the size of that spider. I think you can see that. But I didn't find it really scary at all, but it was really good. Alright, this movie was kind of sad. It's called Ozland, and it's kind of in the future when most of mankind is gone, and these two guys are traveling together because they're looking for water, food, other humans. Of course, they never run against up into anybody. The younger boy finds a book of the Wizard of Oz, and he's constantly reading it, and he actually becomes to believe it because he thinks that it could actually happen, that if they travel far enough they would find the land of Oz. Anyway, they end up in this old shack, I guess you'd call it. I don't really know, like a barn type thing, and a tornado hits, and when the older guy wakes up, the younger boy has disappeared. A tornado comes through, destroys the building and everything that they're in, and when the older guy wakes up, the young boy's gone. So you want to believe that he was killed in the tornado, but the way the movie comes out, it wants you to believe that this boy was picked up by the tornado and taken to Ozland. But it's a beautiful movie. You really should see it. I mean, it's kind of a, you love it, you hate part of it's weird, but it's the belief in the book that really gets me, than that young boy believes in the Wizard of Oz. Alright, our last movie is funny. It's Judge Reinhold and what's his name? Bo Bridges, I guess it is. And let me see if I can find her name. I cannot. Oh, Beverly D'Angelo plays in this. And the song that plays when this movie comes on, I am such a fan of, because she never made a DVD out of it. She never recorded it to be sold publicly. you can only find the movie or the song in the movie, period. And the song is just beautiful. Anyway, it's about a family. They're all grown and moved away. And it's about a family. The mother, the father is dying, and they all come home to be there. And the only thing the man is interested in is where his father's will is, because he wants to know what he was left, and he's very abusive to his wife. And the two older daughters, one is kind of a cowgirl, you know, tight cowgirl clothes and hits the bars and stuff like that. Beverly D'Angelo, she plays the younger daughter, and she's kind of wild and run around with everybody and kind of pot smoking, drinking type. The oldest daughter is kind of a religious, you know, don't say little cuss words, all that. But anyway, the whole movie is about the father who's dying, and the kids are there. They want the will because they want to see what the father left them. Anyway, it is one of the saddest moments you ever seen in your life. At the end of the movie, it goes back to where the mother is sitting at the piano and all the kids. The father dies, and the mother's sitting at the piano, and all the kids are around her singing, and they're little kids again. They're just babies again, little bitty kids. And it turns the camera, and the father is on the front porch peeking through the window, watching his kids sing while his wife plays the piano. And then his spirit just kind of floats away. It's a beautiful movie. But anyway, it's called Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will? And it's a really good movie. You'd really like it. Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will? What do you guys think about? I'm thinking about Wednesday putting out a video of, I want to do homemade Pizza Hut breadsticks. I love Pizza Hut's breadsticks, and I have learned how to make them at home. So I thought about maybe showing you guys how to do that, if you guys would be interested in that. So maybe Wednesday I'll put out I'm either going to put out a video on Pizza Hut breadsticks, or another video on another way to paint my vases, which I got to get that done because I want to get that done. And also, the room's finally ready to be started painted. I got all the holes sealed and the walls washed and everything out of there. So now the room's ready. Now that the plaster has dried up and sanded, it's ready to start receiving the paint. And my second to the oldest sister gave me two huge, beautiful paintings to put in, or pictures. They're not really paintings, they're pictures to put in that room when it's done. And oh, they're so pretty. But I got to be careful not to stuff a bunch of stuff in there, because all of my craft stuff's going to be in there, and I don't want to take up all the room. And I'll tell you what, this month has really been a blessed month for me. I have found out who my real friends are. I found out how much I love my YouTube subscribers. Some of you people are just so awesome to me, and this month has just proved it, that there are so many earth angels out there, and you just can't take things for granted. And you know, I always kind of thought I was alone because my family hardly ever comes around. I have 5 sisters, a mother and a brother, and 100 nieces and nephews and great nephews and great nieces around. None of them ever come to visit me, because they all live in the bigger cities, and I live way out here in the country, and they don't like coming out to the country. And just the one sister comes out to see me. My mom, she'll stop by about once a year, if that much. But, you know, of course, I can't blame her because she's older and she don't drive anymore or anything, so she has to wait for someone to bring her. But even when she was driving, she didn't come to my house. She just didn't care to. But I'm all right with it. But anyway, I've really been blessed this month. I have really found out that I really do have people out there that care. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go.